You guys give me a headache. All right, so hello. Okay. All right, so what does the y stand for in slope-intercept form? Y coordinate of a point. Good. All right. What does the m stand for?
Slope of the line.
Slope of the line. Okay. Hold on, Taylor. I gotta take attendance.
Yeah, it's best thing.
It's hot. Maybe the window's open.
It's hot outside.
Okay, please stop screaming at each other. All right. The Y stands for, y'all, you gotta be quiet now, we're starting. As in Gryffindor, stop talking. Alright, the Y stands for the Y coordinate, the M stands for the slope. What's X?
X coordinate of the point.
And what's B?
The y-intercept.
The Y-intercept. Good. Alright, when we graph, what do we always start with?
The y-intercept.
The Y-intercept, and then we use the slope to what? Rise, then run. Alright, so if it's a negative, do we go up or down?
Down.
And we always run where first?
Down.
To the right. Good. Take a point. Alright, this says write an equation in slope-intercept form with the given information. So for A, we were told that m equaled 2 and the y-intercept was 5, and we were at y equals 2x plus 5.
Yes.
For B, we said the slope was negative 2/5. The y-intercept was 9, so y equals negative 2/5 x minus 9. We're going to do dos más, and then we're moving on this page. Don't die.
Too late.
Alright, so write that in slope-intercept form for me. That says a slope of negative 6 and a y-intercept of 1/2, and then a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 7. Blessings. All right, for C, how did you write your equation? Take a point. All right, how did we write it for D? Good, both of you take a point. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
I wish that the cost of fresh air wasn't extreme brightness. It would see the board. Would that help any? No. Oh well. It's just the wind's fighting more furiously now.
I think I left my notebook here yesterday.
You did? It's on my desk, I think. All right.
Miss Asbury,
Yes, ma'am.
I need Austin Byers to the main office for a moment.
Yes, ma'am. Are you going to go or? Okay, so now what we're going to do, we know how to write it if I give you the slope and y-intercept. Now we're going to write it from standard form, and then we're going to talk about the other ways that we can write it. So when it's in standard form, the directions will say, I wonder if I turn this off. Can you see better if I turn that off? No. Oh well, I should have used a different color. Sorry guys. Alright, so solve each equation for y. Now remember, standard form is when x and y are on the same side. So it's ax plus by equals c. So our problem will say, for instance, a is going to say 4x minus 3y equals 9. That's in standard form. And we're trying to put it in slope-intercept form. So we're going to solve the equation for y and get y by itself. 4x minus 3y equals 9. Can you tell me what to do first?
Yeah, you have to divide. Subtract 4x.
Take a point.
Oh.
You have to subtract 4x from both sides. Remember, we're trying to get y by itself. Oh, okay.
Oh God.
It's my hips. Sorry. All right, so we're trying to get y by itself. What, darling? From standard form. All right, so we would subtract 4x from both sides. And we get negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 9. Now, it's fine if you write it as 9 minus 4x, but we're trying to put it in slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept form is mx plus b, so your x needs to come first. So what would we do from here? Divide by what? Negative 3. Take a point. Now, do we divide everything over here by negative 3 or just one thing? Everything. 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 Take a point if you said everything. So you do negative 4 divided by 3, and if you can't divide it, we leave it as a what? A fraction. And what's negative 4 divided by negative 3? Positive 4/3. Take a point. And then what's 9 divided by negative 3?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Questions, comments, gripes, complaints? Do you see how we did that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it end up the same if you had divided first?
No, sir.
How would it be then?
Because that's not mathematically correct. You have to do reverse order of operations. So if you divide by negative 3, you would have to divide everything by negative 3, but most people only divide right here by negative 3 and not that 4. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to subtract first, then divide. Okay, Tater. Why do you argue with me? Why? Alright, 2x plus 5. Please don't die. Plus 5y equals 7. 2x plus 5y equals 7. Let me read it to you again in case you can't see it. 2x plus 5y equals 7. Solve for y. Do this one without me. And I think I made copies of a marshmallow maze for y'all that do this. Yes. Yeah, I'll have to find it. I need to make sure I made those copies. If not, I'll go make them real quick for us. No. When y'all are done with your the white worksheet from yesterday, I think the key is, what y'all do with the key? The key's on my desk so you can check it after you finish. Alright, can somebody tell me what to do first? Okay. Take a point if you said subtract 2x. And then I get 5y equals negative 2x plus 7. And then what do? Divide by 5. Take a point, Elmer. Now, do I divide all the things by 5 or one of the things? All of them. So what's negative 2 divided by 5? Negative 2/5 x. And what's 7 divided by 5? Or 7/5. Awesome. Thank you. I like that sweater. Do you want to do one more? Are you ready to move on? Moving on? All right, let's do this. Okay, so the next one is so we've learned how to write it if I give you the slope and y-intercept. We know how to convert it if it's in standard form. The next one is if I give you a slope and a point. So if I give you a slope and a point, we're going to be able to plug these in and write in slope intercept point. So the directions say, are y'all ready? Write an equation Write an equation.
Thank you.
We can see better. It's not fluttering in the breeze. I don't think you'll understand what it's like to be trapped in here with smelly children all day and there be no circulation. Sometimes I just need fresh air. It feels amazing. I need you to eat a cheeseburger and thicken up, okay? Right. Not bone over here. Okay. All right. Good talk. Write an equation in, I like that your argument is bone, like you're Jack Skellington. Write an equation in slope, intercept form with the given information. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Sure.
Our first one, m is 3, and our point is negative 2, 6. Now, according to our foldable that we did first, the one with the little toothies, do we have a spot where we can plug in a point?
Yes.
Where?
X.
And?
Y.
Look at us go. And do we also know what our m is?
Yeah.
Did I give us that? Yes, so we can plug it all into this, and what will we need to find? Because that's what we're missing. I know. It is, taters, it is. Alright, so we're going to plug this in. So y equals mx plus b. And this is our x, and this is our y. And we don't plug it into our b because it's not our y-intercept. It's a point on the line. So what are we going to plug in for y? 6. Take a point. And what are we going to plug in for m? 3. Take a point. And what are we going to plug in for x? Negative 2. Take a point. And then we just write plus b, because that's what we need to find. We're still looking for our b. We're still looking for our y-intercept. So everybody with me? Okay. Now, what's 3 times negative 2? Negative 6. So we have 6 equals negative 6 plus b. Now, what can we do to solve for b?
Add negative 6 to the other side. Or to both sides.
Say it again.
You add negative 6 plus.
You just add 6.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
Go team. Alright, so you add 6 to both sides. And what's 6 plus 6?
12.
So what does b equal?
12.
Now, do we know what our y-intercept is?
Yes.
Do we know what our slope is?
Yes.
So then we come back and we write it in slope-intercept form. Y equals 3x plus 12, and we're done. I know, isn't it lovely? Oh, that blue is kind of violent on there. I'm sorry. That's not any better. Okay, well that says y equals 3x plus 12. Super sorry. Now, do you think you can try one without me, or do you want to do one more together?
Without you.
Without me? Okay. If I throw a fraction in, are you going to have a panic attack?
Yeah.
No, you're not, because we're in pre-AP. All right, 1/3 and 6. Blair, you just flipped everything around.
What?
Okay, well, just do this problem. I don't know why I did the reciprocal and switched the x and y, but here we are. You can do this. Seven. You're the one who told me about Quizlet. You're the one who told me to start making Quizlets.
Yeah, but I didn't know I had to make one.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Are we done so I can start writing?
Yes.
Yay! Did y'all get b equals -5?
You put one out instead of one.
Oh, potatoes. Thank you. Take a point. Okay, did you get b equals -4?
Yeah.
Okay, go team. Thank you. Here we go. It's fine. Everybody makes mistakes.
Let's not go down.
Oh, don't sing that song. I'm sorry I said anything. Alright, so then you get y. Can you see that y? Can't see that? There's- Okay, baby, let's like have different role models than that. Alright, 1/3 x minus 4 was your final answer, right?
Yes.
Okay, go team. Uno mas, and then we're going to learn how to do it with 2 points. Just to make sure we can do this. Oh, okay. I thought you were meaning Miley Cyrus, Tater. And like, while she is a amazing artist and a wonderful singer and songwriter, a little bit
She has changed.
Anyways, continuing.
into like a new outfit.
She ain't twerking or smoking no more. She got it together.
Maybe the first one is correct, but it's recording.
Don't tell nobody that.
All right. This 2/5 and 10 -3. And yes, I'm sorry the sign isn't on.
Anyways.
You allow the size to be a friend. If she was like, just if you see her like,
Maybe.
Why are we having this conversation in that?
because I'm asking her a question. I wouldn't be friends with her. I'd just be friends with her so I could be some money.
You should probably pause the recording.
I got y equals 2/5 x minus 7.
Yeah, I got that as well. Wait a minute,
Did
are
we?
doing a problem?
Oh, I'm so proud. Good job. Take a point, guys.
We're all just
All right. Well, that's basically what we do in life. Now, the last thing that we're going to learn, which is part of what your homework is, other than the marshmallow maze,
I'm good.
is how to write it when I give you 2 points. So, you graph it by starting with the y-intercept and using the slope to rise, then run. if I give you the slope and y-intercept, you just plug those into your equation. If we write it from standard form, we just solve for what? We just solve for y. Good, take a point. If I give you the slope and a point, you just plug it into the formula and solve for b, right? Okay. Now, if I give you 2 points, what are we missing? We have x and y, but we're missing the slope. Do we, take a point, do we know how to find slope?
Yes.
We do, because we have slope formula. So, the directions say, write an equation, blessings, in slope, intercept, form with the given information. Are we ready?
Yes.
So the first, did you say not yet? Yes. Okay, sorry. Okay, so our first one is gonna, bless you.
What? Thank you.
Christian did. Our first one passes through 3, 7, and negative 2, 6. 3, 7, and negative 2, 6. And that's all we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to write it down step by step so that you know what to do. Step 1.
Oh my God. Breathe.
Okay. Step 1 is slope. Alright, so the slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And we just so happen to have 2 points so we can plug into there. So we call this x1, y1, x2, y2. And then we plug it in and find our slope. Is everybody ready? Is anybody not ready? Let's do this. Alright, what is our y2? Alright, so it's 6 minus what? Divided by? Alright, what's 6 minus 7? What's negative 2 minus 3? And that's 1/5. This is going to be a gross one. But we can do this. Persevere in the face of danger, children. Alright, now, we have slope. We have a point. Didn't we just learn how to plug that in?
Yes.
We did. Y'all are going to have to whisper because we're trying to have class. Thank you. Alright, step 2. Plug in to find B. Because we're still looking for our y-intercept. What? Are you so excited?
No.
Are you sure? No, I'm not excited. I hate my life right now. Alright, so y equals mx plus b. We're still looking for b, but we know what m is, right? That's 1/5. Do we know what y is? We do. We have 2 of them. So just pick the first point. I always use the first point. So what's our first point? What? Meow, meow, meow. Thank you. 7. And what's our x? 3 plus b. Now it's going to be gross, but we can persevere. What is 3 times 1/5? You just multiply 3 times 1, guys.
1/5.
So it's 3/5, yeah. So it's 3/5 plus b. And then what do we do to find b? Subtract. Alright, what's 7 minus 3/5?
6 is 2
Mm-hmm. Now, we have our slope. We have our y-intercept. What do you think step 3 is going to be? Put them together. Bippity boppity boo is step 3. Put it together. So, we say y equals 1/5 x plus 6 2/5. And that's it. It's really not that difficult. It's just more steps than what we did before. Do you want to practice one more together, or do you want to do your homework? Okay, it's in the top drawer of the tower. 2 sheets per person. I'm going to look for your the maze.
Or English. I know how to put. Ooh, it's the coloring page.
It is. It's a Thanksgiving one.
Woo. I know that's happening.
Can I see